Hello guys, I'm Luvas, and I'm happy to have you here. 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers is a lot of people. We live in a world where every day you see content with hundreds of thousands of millions of subscribers and views. We kind of lose touch of how many people 1,000 represents. Like 1,000 is a lot. I could not fit 1,000 people in this apartment. I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful for each and every one of you. And yeah, as promised, we are going to do the Q&A. I went through all of your questions. I read them all, but I'm not going to answer all of them. I selected at least one question from each person. Okay, so let's get started. Emily Gubb, 2045. She asks, are you a nice person? No, I want to know this one because you seem like the kind of guy that would hold a door open, and I wanted to make sure I was correct in thinking that. Well, I probably would hold the door open for you, Emily. One time I was going to this restaurant, and someone held the door open for me. He was trying to be polite, but I was still way behind. So he just stood there and stared at me, and I felt pressured to walk faster so that he didn't have to stand there for too long. And then he realized that if he didn't sit down to secure his table, he was going to lose it to another couple. This restaurant was full, so he let the door go and sat down. In the end, I ran for no reason and had to open the door myself anyway. It was a very cringe moment. That's a complicated question, actually. I like to think I am a nice person. I hope so. Next question is from Helen Christ. Hi Luvas, congrats on 1K. Thank you very much. I'm from the States and we don't use the word breakfasting. I imagine, have you ever traveled outside of Brazil? If not, where would you like to go? I have not traveled outside of Brazil yet. Right now I have a big crush on Thailand. I'd really like to go there if I could. Do you have any pets? This is Flora. Say hi, Flora. Say hi to them, yeah? She's a little sleepy right now. She doesn't really want to interact with people, but she's a really, really nice kitty. And it means the same thing that Flora means in English. Flora in Portuguese. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. A little ASMR for you. Flora ASMR for you. What is your favorite movie or TV show? I don't think I have one winner of TV shows and movies, but Poor Things is probably up there. It's one of the best things that I have watched in a while. I love it. I love Emma Stone in it. She's amazing. Question from Josip Jurkovic or Josip Hurkovic. I don't know how your name is pronounced. Please correct me in the comments. But I see you, Joseph, since the beginning, and I'm very grateful to you. Thank you for being here. Okay. Luvas, great video as usual. I really look forward to seeing your videos. Thank you so much. You are very sweet. What are your hobbies, or what do you like to do in your spare time? Well, great question. I feel like that changes a lot for me, but I'm really someone who likes to do everything, and every now and then I will get obsessed with something, and it kind of becomes my entire life. One time I used to skate, and then that was all I did. It was basically my life. If I was not actually skating, I was thinking about it, watching videos about it, picturing tricks that I wanted to do. So yeah, I'm a really obsessive person. Then eventually I got into boxing, and then that was my thing that I did all the time. A few years ago I started acting. I was in a play, and it became my latest obsession. I have been away from it for a while now. I haven't been acting. Last time I acted was actually in a short film that a friend of mine directed. I don't know if it's a good answer because I want it to become my career, so it's not just a hobby, it's not just for fun, it's a little more than that. what I actually have been spending my free time on, probably I've just running, and I've been watching a lot of movies. I want to make my repertoire of movies bigger and go out with friends, to pubs, and yeah, that's what I spend my free time on. Green Mario Z4B. Congrats on reaching 1K subscribers. I can see your channel growing big in no time. Thank you very much. That's very optimistic. Was it challenging for you to create ASMR in a non-native language at first? I'm thinking of starting an ASMR channel too, but I'm unsure about the language. I feel that creating content in English could reach a much larger audience, but at the same time, I'm worried about how challenging it might be, especially because of my accent. Well, let me answer first if it was challenging. It is challenging. Every single video is a little challenging because speaking in your non-native language is never as easy. It happens a lot. This happens a lot. I don't really know how to I get lost in my train of thought very easily. When I'm speaking Portuguese, I can just go. I just vomit words, and I find a way to make them make sense. But in English, very often I will start saying something, and then I don't know how to pick it up, because I don't know, maybe I lack vocabulary, maybe I just lack practice, I think. And yes, it's a challenge, but hey, we have editing tools nowadays, thank God. So you can always try again until you get it right, and edit out your mistakes if you don't want to show them. I think leaving your mistakes in the video makes you more human, and people like that. So I don't think it's that much of a problem. This is one of the reasons why I thought of starting this channel. I wanted to have an excuse to use my English, to practice it. And as for your accent, I don't think that's a problem at all, especially in the ASMR community. Accents are kind of sexy, and people love hearing new accents. I love it, and it makes your video more interesting. It makes you interesting. It sounds kind of funny. Accents are not a problem, as long as you are comprehensible. I don't see a reason why anyone would dislike your content because you have an accent. Accents are cool. Accents are awesome. You don't know how much of a challenge it will actually be until you do it. So, like Nike says, just do it. Starburst740 asks, what is a niche interest you have? Well, I'm really into stand-up comedy, and I know the stand-up scene is huge in the US. So you might think it's not very niche, but here in Brazil, it's not a huge deal. I don't know anybody else who enjoys stand-up. I'm the only one in my friend group, and if I ever go to a stand-up show, I'm always the one inviting people, and I have to convince them. Where do you see this channel in a couple of years, or what goals do you have for the channel? Well, I would like to imagine it being a lot bigger in years, and me being able to post regularly, maybe 3 or more times a week. I have not set any specific goals for this channel. I want to keep it fun. I don't want to make it bureaucratic, It's not supposed to be a job yet. I'm just enjoying making these videos and watching the channel grow and meeting new people. It's really fun, and I want to keep it fun. This next one is from Devin Hamilton. What got you into ASMR? Great question. I was actually hoping that somebody would ask that. So when I was younger, I would often look for a tutorial for something on YouTube, and every now and then I'd find a video that I couldn't explain why, but it would just hypnotize me, and I would just stare at the screen, and wasn't relaxation. It's a very unique feeling, the ASMR feeling, and I didn't have a name for it, and I never told anyone about it. Like I couldn't put it into words. I couldn't explain ASMR. And then years later, many years later, when I was a teenager, one time I came across a video with ASMR on the title, and I clicked. Like I didn't know what it was. I just clicked because I think the person was making a funny face on the thumbnail. And when I watched that video, I was like, oh, there is a name for this. It exists. There are other people who feel it. I remember watching channels like Dr. T. I don't know if any of you guys watch him, but he's still around. And I remember seeing GPASMR in her beginning. And the idea of starting my own channel had crossed my mind many times, but I guess I just wasn't ready. I didn't really have the courage to do it. So, question from Percent. What is your favorite trigger? So, that's an interesting question. I actually very rarely get ASMR from intentional videos. What gets me is unintentional ASMR. You've probably seen those videos that are like hours long, and it's just some guy working on something, building a little house. I've never watched an intentional video and felt that sensation, tingles on your spine. That has never happened to me. But I do watch all sorts of ASMR because it's relaxing. You know, there's ASMR that makes you tingle, and then there's ASMR it's just relaxing. There's also videos that are just very entertaining and fun and funny. So yeah, I watch everything. But the thing that really gives me triggers is people talking and unintentionally causing ASMR making, I don't know, breath sounds and soft-spoken rambles, you know, that's the trigger for me, the actual trigger. And another question from Joseph, who is your favorite singer? Well, that's a difficult one. I don't really have a favorite singer, but exactly to